Hey guys, Jason Samkovic here, Traditional Bow Hunting Wilderness Podcast. Today we're going to talk about setting ladder stands, okay? When you set them, take them down, that kind of stuff. To do this by yourself and do it safely, whole different ball game. Some of the ladder stands have those straps that you can run around the back and bring them together and tie them off and they make an X pattern in the back. I still don't trust that as much because that X is usually too far down, too low of a setup, and I'm not real impressed with it. So I came up with my own system. But as you can see, this ladder stand is not on that tree yet, okay? I just put this one up, getting ready for the hunting season, so I took this stand, and I did set it there, and it's just in there. Now, you have this center bar bracket right here, okay? This is vitally important that that's set first before you head up to go do the top one, because you got to keep yourself safe. So what I'm going to do here, first thing is I have it set where I want it. Very first thing is I check to make sure that that length is perfect, where I'm just short of that, where when I ratchet it down, it's going to lock nice and tight. Okay, that's what I'm looking for there. So I know that where I'm at right now, that's about perfect distance to where I want to be at out there. Maybe even just a smidge more like that, about like that. So it's going to suck right into that tree. So that's where I want that at. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to stomp this into the ground. I want to seat these feet. So I'm going to take this and seat it, okay? There, just like that. Just jam that bottom step right in the ground. Now that is anchored and locked into there and not moving. That is stuck into that spot. Now we have, I got all this crap here because I just carried it all out, but we have straps. We are going to use straps on this too. I use my own because these stands are old enough that I've originally lost the ones that were there. I want to use a strap and I want to lock this piece first, because if I don't lock that, this whole thing comes right off the tree. Even with that lock, the whole top is still unstable and can snap off and break backwards on a lot of stands. So I'll tell you a technique for that too. But first thing we want to do is lock this bar to the tree so that we have that security up top, up there, or at least something holding us to it. So I'm going to take this strap right here that I have, and I'm going to lock that right to the tree. So I come into here. I'm going to want that be about level kind of thing, so I'm looking at where it's going to go right through there. So I'm going to come in that way with this one, and I'm going to lock this in. Get that into there like that, and I'm going to put that on that tree and pull that right in there like that. That's going to be good. I'll get my ratchet set. Now I'm going to lock this down too. So that is set. Now I have both of them in place. I'm going to ratchet that right on there. Alright, like that. So now that is set. There, locked. Done. Now that is not going anywhere. That has got that locked in. That stabilizes that whole thing. I just take the extra slack of this, wrap it around a few times just to overdo it. Make sure it's not going anywhere. And lock it off. Just like that. So now that is officially set on that tree. That does that's, like I said, one of the most important things. Now I have the base set. I have the stability in this stand here. See, look, here it's not moving. That's an important feature. Once I get up there, though, we still got a major danger zone. So I take my other strap, Lifeline, that I'm going to end up hanging up there for my daughter. It's going to be one of her stands. So, come on. You'd think I'd be smart enough to keep all this stuff neat and organized and all that, but this is reality here. We don't not faking nothing. So I have, this is the strap that is going to mount the top of that. I'm going to reposition this and show you in a minute, but this strap is going up there. This one is key, because once I get up there towards the top, this thing becomes very unstable. It is only held down here and in the base, and that whole thing can come away from the tree. It can fall over backwards. You can snap those off and break. A lot of people fall trying to hang and unhang ladder stands. this is my system that works good. So I'm going to reset this, but what I'm going to do is when I get up there, I'm going to wrap this around that tree and hook it to itself around that tree from a lower position to give me something to lock it before I get up there. I'm going to reset the camera and I'll show you how we do that. All right, now as I go up, that top up there, like I said, not very stable. I can pull that right away from the tree. See that? Very, very dangerous stuff. So as I'm coming up easy here. Now when I get to about right here, what I want to do is I'm going to lock this off. I'm just going to hang this one here just for the heck of it, because that's my one I'm going to use up there. I'm going to take this strap and I'm going to try to get it around this tree. Now it can be a little tricky. Going through here, give myself a little room. Did you hear that truck go by? That truck just drove right by there. We are 40 yards off of a dirt road. This is a killer spot right here too. It's absolutely incredible. 40 yards off of a road right there. Just a phenomenal spot. Like I said, don't always have to go in far. All right. So now if I get that to a point where I can come down and reach it, because again, you can't really reach around these things very well. So I'm going to give myself a little slack in there. Now that that's around, I'm going to come down to where I have the stability of that lower bracket so that I can reach over there and grab that. Actually, I can't yet, so I'm going to come down and use a stick to get it over here for me. So I'm just grabbing a stick that I see somewhere, like this, right here. And I'm going to grab that and pull it around to me. May take an extra second, but the safety factor is huge. So now I bring this over here like this to where I can get it. Like that. Now I'm going to take this, and I'm going to lock them to this step right here. Make sure that center's in there where I want it. And I am locking that. Now I have that rigidity and that stability. It is not officially locked up there, but I am still standing right where that main crossbeam is in the support. So now as I go up here, I'm not falling. Look at, there's no movement in that stand. This strap right here is my lifesaver right there. It's going to let me get up there and work on this. So now I can continue my climb up here, grabbing my stick here that's going to go around it, clearing out a little bit of this stuff. It's actually not trimming branches if I'm just breaking them, right? Fully legal. Now what I'm going to do is take this one, but see how stable I am still? See how that's there? It's still wobbly, but see how I am locked pretty safe here. Okay, I'm not going anywhere because that green strap is holding me. I come up to here, I'm feeling safe. If that green strap wasn't there, I'd be flipping over, wobbling, this whole thing would be coming off. It could spin, drop. There's so many ways for it to fall, for you to fall out of it. With this set, I get the strap set the way I need it. Coming through here, like so. And we are going to hook this right on here. Bring it right around, like that. Right there where we're set. You can see how this could be a very hairy scenario, very dangerous scenario if we did not have that green strap on here protecting us. So I'm going to set that ratchet strap, lock it in. There we go. We are locked. Look it. See? Safe. Locked in. That ladder stand's not going anywhere. We are good. Because of the fact that we were able to safely use that green strap to keep us safe and keep us in here right, that's the key. Safety first all the time. Notice I'm not wearing a harness, but that's okay because I'm actually not going up into this stand. I'm staying right here on the ladder where I feel 100% content and safe. But I always use that safety first. By putting that green strap on, we keep ourselves safe through the process. We're going to take the rest of this strap, wrap it around. Now I will also give you another piece of advice here. On a ladder stand, you notice how your feet is here, but because of this seat, you cannot back up against the tree. So you cannot get your body against this tree like that and have that security. So what we do instead, because of you floating out here like this, the problem is if you're floating here, there's an air gap between your body and that tree, and deer can see you floating out here because you're not blending in with the tree. So when you set a ladder stand, set it in a place like this where you have very good cover all the way around you so that those deer are not going to see your body out here. If you put it on an open tree, like I said, you'll silhouette off away from that tree and it'll bust you every time. I learned that the hard way by setting my wife and my kids in ladder stands and learning when they were getting busted and they weren't, and paying attention to how I was setting them for them. Set your stands. If you're using ladder stands, get them in thick cover around you, and don't get rid of this stuff. Plenty of shooting windows all over through here that I don't have to trim much of anything. I have 4 major trails that come through here. It's a fantastic spot. I don't need to mess with anything. It's all good as it is. I just got to knock a couple of these off, give her a little room up here, but there's not much to it. Very sweet, simple, but give yourself good cover when you're hanging your ladder stands. Otherwise, you will get busted. If you're standing on it, you go to draw it, you will get nailed up there every time. So there we go. There, ladder stand set. Now as I come down, I can then unhook my green strap right here, pull that back around, and take that down with me, and I am good to go. Now, I'm not going to hang that lifeline until I come back out here with a harness. It was just in with all the straps for this stand in my garage, so I keep all that stuff together. But I'm actually going to just hang that on the bottom and leave it sit here. I'm not going to hang the lifeline until I come out because I need a harness. If I'm going to go all the way up on this thing and end up being, this is only a 15-foot ladder stand, but if I end up being up here, we're on 15 feet in the air or 14 feet or something, and I don't have the rails and everything in the ladder to hold on to, I'm not doing that without having my harness and my lineman belt on. So I'm not going to hang that till then, but that's, you know, basically it. This is how you do ladder stand safely. That green strap, that extra strap around there will save you, because if you're here without it, like I said, that thing can fall right over backwards. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.